The Independent, and the worst thing to do to a conspiracy theorist is use the deep state to try and shut him down, Cressida.
Alex Jones agrees to asset sell-off, giving up InfoWars control to pay $1.5 billion to Sandy Hook families. So far-right conspiracist Alex Jones has finally agreed to liquidate his assets to pay the $1.5 billion he owes.
And before everyone shouts at us at home, you're quoting
I am
the
quoting
Independent. That's not necessarily the view of GB News.
Well,
or you.
Oh, possibly, yes. But that is what is in the Independent. So he asked a judge to convert his bankruptcy into a Chapter 7 liquidation. Obviously, that's our favourite type of liquidation. It all gets quite technical after this. But basically, he's got to pay up.
Yeah. And he was targeted. I mean, I don't know what you think, Damien, but it was... You know, he said these things about Sandy Hook, which were very ill-advised, but then he has been persecuted, some think, you know, by the system, whatever you want to call it. I mean, some might say this is a convenient timing during the election cycle to take out one of Trump's main advocates on a very popular platform.
Well, they've been trying to take Alex Jones down for nearly a decade. I mean, you remember when Google and the big tech companies all... In perfect synchronicity, took down all his channels at once. And look, I don't like what he said, and it's a civil case. They're suing him. They're entitled to do that. He lost, so he has to bite the bullet on that. But I mean, the fact that it's 1.5 billion. I mean, that's more than Biden's giving to Ukraine in that latest announcement. It's more money than he has.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does look like it is the weaponization of the judicial system to some extent, but at the same time, you know, he messed around and found out to an extent. So, you know, and I'm not worried about Alex Jones. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, just on the amounts, I mean, someone else pointed out on Twitter, quite interestingly, that the city of Uvalde, or is a city...
Yeah, Uvalde had to pay $2 million.
$2 million?
Yeah, and people are saying that they but their neglect of how they should have sorted it out.
Yeah.
They should have got in there quicker. Yeah. People are accusing them. So they're saying they've got blood on their hands.
Yeah, and 19 children died, whereas Alex Jones merely commented on it, and it's 1.5 billion. So it does seem a lot. One other thing I might question is the Independent citing InfoWars a misinformation and conspiracy theory site. But some of them turn out to be right. I mean, he did pretty much predict 9/11. He even mentioned Bin Laden before it even happened. Whereas the Independent, I'd like to stack it up against their record.
Well, it's roughly the same as the mainstream media. I mean, I was thinking he could just come out and say, you know, I'm a conspiracy. My ranch is a conspiracy. It's all a conspiracy theory by the globalists. I do not exist. I am not real.
Yeah.
And just disappear.
I can tell you've watched the show a lot, which is the main thing.
Well, it's all over Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah. And your Twitter, because you keep searching it. Go on, Chris.
Well, I think he's not doing that, but he is suggesting that people turn up and make a human ring around his office when they come for him.
Yeah, that's what I'll be suggesting when people come for me here.
What, both your followers? No, I'm joking. Yeah, he's gone a bit Trump, hasn't he? He's gone sort of... he's calling out to... He's got until the 14th of June to operate his business without any trouble. And in that time, it's like he's trying to create as much... anger in his fans.
Yes, he did cry about it on there the other day and literally cry and say they're trying to destroy us.
I mean, but ultimately,
I'll be doing later tonight.
As long as he can afford a phone, his platform is not going to disappear. That's the thing. You can take it all away, but he'll still be on X talking away. So